YIPPIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIIII.
Whoa. Oh my gosh. Look, I'm a PNG. I'm a fucking PNG. Welcome guys to Melty's room. Okay. Hi everyone. Hi Ali. Hi Guy. Hi Ishi. Hi Nico. Hi Kai. Hi Bedu. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to Melty's room. This is a very fun episode day for me. That's why I'm a PNG. I'm a PNG today in honor of our guest who is my first PNG guest, and I'm really excited for how I got to set it up because I wanted to be accessible to everyone. And I know they mostly use PNG, and this is like, I was like, I don't want you, like, if they were just going to be a static image, it would have been fine. But I was like, nah, let's do something nice because we got to represent. Because when I say they're holding it down for the PNG tubers, like, this is so cool. I'm so excited. First PNG tuber guest. Yes, yes, yes. I'm very excited. So it's been a while. It's been about a month or so since the last Melty's Room episode. And I just came back with such a banger of a guest. Also, thank you, Bedu, for resubscribing. Thank you for 10 months. I really appreciate it. Hi, Rena. Hi. Are you guys ready for this guest? If you guys don't know, they need no introduction. Well, I'm obviously gonna introduce them, but he recently has been having like a fucking home run after home run on YouTube. Hi, Flicky. Thank you so much for 9 months. Twitch baby due soon. They're having home run over home run after home run on YouTube. So I'm very excited to like just talk to this individual. I'm very curious, and I had to get the current topics, the hot events. So we're gonna have some hot takes. So feel free to ask a little bit of questions if you guys want to get some opinions, because I'm feeling like it's gonna be a little opinionated tonight. So without further ado, no more procrastination or infatuation. Let's get to the almost gonna say a nasty rhyme, but thank God I stopped myself because let's be normal, okay? So per. Okay, guys, are you ready? Let's go over it. I'm gonna Yay!
WOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO
Thank you for subscribing. 36 months, 3 years. Oh, God. Also, welcome, everyone. Of course, with hosting, I won't be able to tend to chat, but definitely ask some questions. I'll pluck from it. We're going to be picking the brain, okay? So, without further ado, let's get over to Melty's room. Okay. I'm so excited. I haven't been in fucking Melty's room in a minute. Okay. Unmute it. Okay. First of all, yes. All right. Can tap the mic. Say hello. Make sure they can hear you.
How literal
Okay.
do you want me to be today, Melty?
You can be as literal as you want today, but you have to introduce
Okay.
yourself first.
Okay, fine. I'll be as literal as I can be. But hello, it's Toledo, your local fallen angel. I am a commentary PNG tuber and VTuber who does just a topics of VTuber culture and just talks a lot of commentary through it. So Melty sent me a DM wanting me on his show, and I am hella excited to be on this. Really, this is my first time. Like, I honestly, we used to probably talk about Melty. You like speedrun setting this up because like this is like actually my PNG tuber doing the expressions. Like you actually set this up, dog.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a producer. I work in I'm in STEM. But yeah, no, I really wanted to like set it up in a way where you're able to like move and gyrate and do all that fun stuff. So you deserve it because your voice is very expressive. So
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
that's good.
But
You're
yeah,
already
like
doing
you
it.
like while we were like doing like the pre-call, Melty like pulled up like a YouTube tutorial last minute and like somehow homeboy was able to get it. I was like, oh shit. Like,
Damn.
oh shit, you
Yeah.
got that done.
Yeah, I'm a bit serious about my craft, okay? Like that's why I was like, let me have you on here because I know you're serious about your craft. So first of all, how are you? Like I have to ask you from like an objective standpoint, like a subjective standpoint, of course, being like, damn, you have had a fucking run lately on YouTube. Like,
Ooh, yeah, I would say I am doing surprisingly well. Like I will say, like I have a two combinations of like excitement and crippling anxiety because
uh-huh.
it's been like a little bit of a show. Because I'll talk about it. That video that I just recently produced, which was Pride in the VTubing community,
Hmm.
I realized I sort of talked about it, but it was like I had so much anxiety posting that up because that was probably the most controversial VTubing topic in recent time. And like I will completely admit it that like I was like, do I want to post this? Do I want to take the risk and cause like a little bit of thing? But I was like, if my message, if my opinion can do something for people, then I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna do my shit, and I guess people have really liked it. Somehow it's been my best performing video so far,
Yeah, I have to
which
admit
is so crazy.
you're very brave because in the video you said you're an ally. So happy Pride. The fact
Happy
that you
Pride.
like
Yes, yeah.
turned this out as an ally in a community right now where it's kind of like, and it's best to be nothing, even at being an ally might be a little dicey. Did you feel nervous creating a video on a topic that maybe you're not really in the community of, but on like the
Oh,
outskirts?
yes. Yes, absolutely. I think this was one of those topics, like, this was one of those things I had to do massive research for.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, with the Black VTuber video, I can sort of talk about my own experience. But, like, with being an ally, more or less my experience comes from other people and seeing how other people sort of experience and then come to sort of how can I reflect that and relay their experiences. So, a lot of my topic was more so finding the experiences of other queer LGBTQ members and then understanding that personally, reading through that, reading through documents, reading through tweets, and then like saying, hey, how do I relay pride? And then how do I put it to words? So that was why a lot of topics I was like really careful with, like the queer baiting topic. Like as an ally, I was like, you can't just like that's a weird thing where it's like real people and to say that to say like someone's quote unquote queer baiting. So
Mm-hmm.
that one took me a lot of research to really understand, and getting to see other people's experiences was like able to help me put the words what I felt needed to be said. And then of course like the trans VTuber experience, like I saw that shit firsthand, bro. I saw that shit firsthand. I know exactly what the fuck to say to that. So I spit my shit, and I'm glad that a lot of people enjoyed it. I'm glad.
Yeah, really on topic and right on time for Pride. So I'm just gonna ask because I've asked before because you're like, I'm gonna get into it. How the hell do you edit so fucking fast? Like you are churning out videos like and you edit them yourself, right? Like that's all
Yeah,
you.
I do all my editing. I do all my editing.
Damn, what program do you use?
I use DaVinci Resolve, which is actually free. So
Oh,
DaVinci Resolve is like my go-to. It's like similar to Adobe in the sense that like you can have a little bit of like control. The only problem is it's hard to get used to. It's just a very weird software because like if you've been on a different like editing software, you will not adapt to it pretty dang well. But I will say like DaVinci Resolve is my go-to.
okay, okay. It sounds probably easier than After Effects. Okay, I'm gonna look it up because everyone in chat's vouching for Mr. DaVinci Resolve.
Yes,
So
it's real. Get some reels in the chat because it is absolutely real, and it's free, bro. It's free, dog.
and it's
I would
free, so
absolutely.
everyone start learning how to edit
Yeah,
your own content, and then you too can. How who are you?
you.
Who are you sucking off at YouTube to get your videos in the algorithm? Just let me know.
Oh, I'm sucking off a lot of YouTubers.
Yeah.
So in terms of like my editing style, I take inspiration from a combination of YouTubers. The first, if you might have noticed, have you ever heard of the YouTuber Degenerosity?
No.
Ah, okay. The Generosity is another commentary YouTuber, but how the Generosity works is he like does a lot of meme topics, a lot of joke topics. Like
Hmm.
he'll talk about Popeyes, he'll talk about school drills, he'll talk about just whatever comes to his mind. But the way he edits is he has like a rule of just having different jokes and memes every 3 seconds. And I was like, I love this. It kept me engaged. Like I could watch a 30-minute video of his, and it would just be like funny as heck. And so that's one inspiration I get. The second inspiration, have you ever heard of Veritas Joe?
No. Damn,
Oh
don't
my
ask me about heard of
God.
shit. I don't even like. I haven't heard of anything. I've been living in this box for like
You've
3
been
months.
living in your room this entire time.
I've
Get
been
outside
in
your room.
Melty's
Cut the
room.
damn grass,
Nothing
dog.
exists. When you're in Melty's room, any of shit outside, like, have you heard of 9/11? I'm gonna be like, no. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm in the room.
Oh my gosh, all the tragedies of the world. It's like I pretend I do not see it.
Not in Melty's room.
But yes, I get inspiration from the generosity. Veritas Joe is another commentary channel, but I feel like more of my personality is similar to Veritas Joe, as we have very similar opinions when it comes to a lot of things. He's talked about being an anime fan and how being an anime fan is like super embarrassing, and how it's like there's like a racism problem in that community, which I sort of touched in my Black VTuber video.
Mhm.
And he's talked about like other communities, other things, other events, and I like his content. I wanted to meet him at MomoCon, but my travel plans ended up like falling short. So then I like unfortunately missed the opportunity to meet him there.
Oh my gosh, that I didn't. Yeah, though MomoCon was very good. You should have went. It was.
Yeah, I wish I went. I wish I went. It was just like
Yeah.
I had so much like planned with like having to do like scheduling and like content plan, script writing, that like I had to cancel, unfortunately. And wait, you said you were at You were at MomoCon?
Yeah, I'd be
Oh my!
outside.
Look at me!
Yeah, I'm a cosplayer, but not really. I'm like I'd be on the outskirts. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of VTubers went to MomoCon. I just ghosted. I didn't really say anything, or I said it like after I was done. But I was like, yeah, MomoCon was kind of fun. Ed Sheeran shut down the convention. Like it was very like it was a time. It was a really good time. But
Yeah.
yes, serving and eating. You mentioned the Black VTuber video, so I'm just gonna touch on it. Like, are you like that? All attention is not always good, you know? So I just have to say,
Yeah.
like, starting a little race war aside, how are you coping with like what inspired you to make that video? Because we've all kind of talked about it like silently. Like it's been kind of like a hush hush topic that we all talk about it to each other about like, oh, this, but you're like the first person I've seen, to my knowledge, to my recent memory, who's like blasted it and put it on the front page.
Yeah, like put it on like the 100 thesis, bro.
Yeah.
I will say it was a combination of two things. One, I've noticed a lot of things in this VTubing community for the time I've been in for a few months. And there's like, Yam talked about it, but there's a culture around the fact that people just don't want to talk about things. It's either like one of those taboos that you just sort of mention on stream and never again, or it's like one of those things that you see in a commentary video from someone who likely is not on the side that other people who want to be. So I wanted to sort of do something different. I've always had a little bit of interest in doing commentary content, and I was already a Smash Bros commentator, so I already kind of knew how to like talk about whatever I needed to say and put that to words. So when I was like after I made my face reveals VTuber immersion video, I was like, I see all of this happening. I see mutuals of mine who are like Black VTubers going through all of this like crazy type of crap, and I see no video talking about it. What if I'm the first person to talk about it? So like I will say it was crazy because one of the big rules of VTubing is don't break the immersion, you know? It's like a big rule there. So when you directly say, hey, this problem is happening in the VTubing scene, and it's like, hey, we gotta talk about it. You get a lot of comments that are like, there goes my escapism, immersion ruined. Sorry, why do you have to talk so dramatic? They became woke. All of this. I'm like, I wouldn't even say I'm that. I'm just talking about things that people can't say. And these people don't have a platform. A lot of people believe these type of opinions. They go through these experiences, but they don't got a platform to say it. So I'm like, might as well use my damn platform. Might as well use my, I guess, 250 subs at the time to talk about it. And I didn't even expect the video to blow up. Like, I expected it to get at most 2K views. Like, I talked about it on stream. I expected it to only get like 2K views, maybe 3K, and just be like a short video. It has 95K as we speak. That is, and it's crazy to me.
And it's only been a month. Like, it definitely went viral. Because, I mean, shit like this does not happen. To my knowledge, my understanding, like, shit like this does not happen where someone, like, posts content. Like, we're all posting content, and we're all hoping it does well one day. And we're hoping it gets, like, a couple hundred or a bump or two. But, like,
Yeah.
this video, like, people rallied around it, like, rallied positively and rallied, like, Ku Klux Klan, but like rallied either way, rallied around the video. It was like so much like conversation. Like it was like someone like blew the lid off of like the topic, because a lot of people, I feel like Black VTubers and some people probably don't want to bring attention to this because it's probably going to ostracize them more, bring up a topic like this and being like, oh yeah, like isn't it kind of racist here? Like, and everyone's going to tell you, no, it's not. You're just being sensitive or whatever.
Oh yeah, you're being sensitive. You're being PC. You're being a lot of things. And I was like, I don't care. I'm Black, y'all. I'm gonna talk my shit. Like I'll talk my shit.
Do you, okay, so now that you've kind of like, you're kind of like the only one I know doing it like this right now as a Black VTuber. So do you think what do you wish for Black VTubers? Like when you made that video, what was your thought about like how this is going to affect Black VTubers? Did you think, oh, this is going to be like great for everyone, or were you just like, I just got to say what I want to say, and whatever happens, you know, we'll just deal with that?
I will be completely clear. I did not have a plan of being a community figure. I was purely talking shit. Like, I will say that was the first motivation. But then the second motivation became something different. I realized how much my videos were actually impacting people and like getting good messages. I got a lot of great DMs one by one from people saying like, yo, your video meant so much to me. Yo, you did so much to me. I got DMs from like other big creators. One of my literal favorite VTuber, Kenji, reached out to me and was like, yo, you talking that good shit, bro. And like I don't know like how crazy that was to have like Kenji of all people, like my favorite VTuber, my favorite content creator, just go and say, yo, you spit some good shit, reacted to my video, also boosted it by him reacting to it too. And it was like, like other big VTubers knew me, saw the video, Merryweather saw the video. Like, then I realized, holy shit, like I have the opportunity to not only talk shit and like do this, I also have the opportunity to have other people be positively impacted by my stuff. And this was when I really started like, what else should I tackle? What else is something that people want to talk about, but they can't due to like maybe some culture that happens? So like it was like maybe like the topic of male VTubers and like that some people complain, but how could I give advice on that? Or maybe the topic of shipping in the VTubing industry and how a lot of people ship people, but it creates problems for the talents. Or what about this video on like how sometimes VShojo or some agency VTubers experience problems? Like I realized my videos could actually gain people and people can possibly, it could be like a good force. And then I was like, wow. Then I inadvertently kind of became like a figure. And it felt weird to think about because like I don't like always being seen. Like I've said numerous times, please don't see me as this big moral figure. Like I am to be held accountable for my mistakes. I've made mistakes. Like even in the process of making that video, I made mistakes and I want to be held accountable for those. So I don't want to be seen as this like higher than now that some of the YouTube comments thought I was treating myself as. But with that, I want to just bring attention to issues that many people just aren't able to because they don't have the platform. So I'd rather take the risk.
Exactly, because I'm gonna just say it. I said that 3 months ago, but I didn't make a video because I was sleepy. So I'm glad you made it because you're the one. You had to say it. Only you could say it in a way that you deliver it in a very like way that people can digest it. You know, it's kind of like it's like a little sugar with your pill. It's like a little humor.
Like a sugar and spice type of deal.
Yeah, because you're saying some real shit and it really should upset people who want to be upset about it. But I feel like you're kind of like so funny about it that it's kind of like, well, if I get mad, like you're so silly.
I disagree with this dude right here. But yo, that car crash edit that he had was so hilarious. I have to drop him a follow.
Yeah, there's no way you can be mad about it. Like you have to just be like, oh.
It be sometimes, bro.
Exactly.
Like that's the treatment that gets, but it gives me that sort of like position to where I'm funny. Apparently, people think I'm funny, and I want to be able to combine both my own humor with actual like topic and commentary.
Yeah, because this can be an uncomfortable topic to cover. So I feel like now with that video, I think it's very digestible to some people who maybe haven't been able to like chew the bitter pill of the reality of the community for Black VTubers. But now, if anyone ever has a question for me, I'm just going to direct them to your video and just start from there. It's a good starting point because before your video, I think when you looked up Black VTubers on YouTube, it was like blackfacing, racism,
Oh,
VTuber saying the N-word
yes.
compilation.
Yep,
Like,
yep, saying the N-word, like the Hololive JP.
yeah.
I'll see you at work. And then it follows up with like 15 separate VTubers saying the N-word, bro.
Yeah. So thank you now for clearing up the queue just a little bit. Now we got some now it's your video and then two others and then Kenji reacting and then it's like now it's only four. I have to scroll down before I see the racism again. So we up. We're up. We're up. We're up. I'm really very happy about it. Like, thank you.
Yeah. No problem. I want to also mention someone else who made sort of a similar topic to me.
Mhm.
Marquise also made a topic on racism in the VTuber community. And I will say this, he told me personally, let me see if I can find the DM so I don't like put words in his mouth that aren't there. So I want to like properly make sure I'm saying it correctly.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can pull this up. He said straight up, like, just watch your video. I was about to take down my video that was talking about racism in the VTuber sphere, but your video encouraged me to leave mine up. Stupid comments and all that I got, and it just started me. So I hope you have a great day. Yeah, I remember that like word for word. And like I was like, oh my god, my video. And I even seen Marquez. Like I've seen his videos. Like he said he made a video like why I became black when beforehand he used a white
Mm.
model. But now like he uses black because he felt more like himself. He felt more open to the idea of it. And like I really appreciated that video he made. And I was like, yo, shout out to him. It's insane that like my content was seen by so many people that also see my content and I've seen their content before.
Yeah, that's why visibility is important because now people can kind of start talking about these things a little more unapologetically. I think the main reason people don't do that is because they're scared of backlash. Because I mean,
Oh
your
yeah.
comment section was like nasty. It could have been an FBI watch list. Honestly, some of the shit I saw on that Black VTuber video, I was like, whoa! Like I haven't seen some of these slurs since 32. Like this is insane. Like,
Bro,
how did
we
you
were like
like
actually
manage?
back to reality. I
How?
will say, even right now, I do have some comments on my Pride in the VTuber community video that are having to be checked. But
Mhm.
how do I like handle it? I've
Mhm.
dealt with it before. If you saw in the Pride in the VTuber video, I talked about the Pickamees thing,
Mhm.
and I covered like the sort of the transphobia that a lot of trans VTubers received. I will
Mm.
say the amount of racism, death threats, DMs, people wanting my IP address leaked, like all of this bad stuff made me just say, what is stopping me from just continuing to talk crass? What is stopping me? So I was just like, and I'm gonna be real, like the ratio of the video is horrible. It's a 67 like to dislike ratio. And I even directly said what she went through was horrible and shouldn't have happened. They just said, "Nope, fuck you. You vouch for trans people. That's apparently cringe." And I was like, "Okay." And I did it again for the Henya thing when people were like, they were calling, "Oh, the woke Twitter freaks are upset at Henya." I'm like, no, they're upset at the fact that y'all used apparently her being bullied into retirement. Isn't it crazy? Is she's right there? I think I just find a little bit of irony how y'all post that narrative. I got death threats, more slurs thrown at me, other DMs on my shit. Like I've gotten so much shit for talking shit, and it's like what is stopping me from just continuing to do it? Nothing. Like I've already received some of the worst. Like I like there is worse that could happen. Actually, maybe I shouldn't be too
Knock
hopeful,
on
but
wood,
like
yeah.
the point of the matter is that the reason that people don't talk about it is, of course, the consequences. But when I've dealt with bad consequences for trying to vouch for people, what like I have to use my platform. That's just my own personal. Like I don't know if it's a moral thing. I don't know if it's a personal thing. If it's just an ego thing. I don't really know. But I just feel like using my platform that I have to be the person that like can bring attention to things that many people want to bring attention. They want someone to talk about. They want someone to empathize with the experience. And I guess I'll be that guy.
I guess you'll be that guy. I mean, it's a heavy cross to bear. I mean, at this point of your, how long have you been creating this type form of content? Because I feel like it hasn't
Um,
been long. You said.
I used to be a Smash Bros content creator, but
Hmm.
I just didn't have a lot of fun with that. As you can see from my hairpin, like I do have a lot of appreciation for Smash Bros and whatnot.
Right.
But in terms of how long I've been doing YouTube content,
Hmm.
6 months. Yeah, like 5 or 6 months.
Okay, don't let everybody cover your ears. Don't listen. Let everyone cover your ears. Don't listen. Ali, if you're here, don't jump. Like, there's some people who are gonna like. That is an insane amount of growth and the amount of time. Don't jump. But what's your biggest do you have any insecurities? I feel like having this streak, I'd be like, no one can fucking touch me. Like, my content is gold right now. Like, do you even have any insecurities?
I I will say, like, I guess I want to make sure my content is received in a way that like I don't want to produce content that ends up like hurting somebody, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like like that was sort of I had a previous experience with that where a video I made in the past when I was covering the Silver Veil thing, like it hurt a lot of people.
Hmm.
And that like of all things, most people would not give a fuck because it was like, oh, TikTok received it well. But like when I saw like actual friends like say, hey, like maybe think a little bit more on this, it brought me more to attention. I was like, maybe that's what I fear. Like I fear I don't it's not validation I fear or like people not liking me. It's like that my content ends up like actually causing pain for people. Which is why like I really try to like make sure that when the way I do content is not just like sensitive to other people things, but also like listening to other people. Like I listen to other people's opinions before I just talk my shit, you know? Like I don't want to like say something that hurts people because it does hurt me to see like other people hurt by what I do. So that's why like I've said before, I'm not perfect. I don't want to be phrased as this moral great being, and I want to be able to be the best person I can be. But I also want to make sure the content I do helps other people with what I do. So if I can do both and also like make sure that people are, gaining from my content, then that's pretty cool.
Okay, like so you're trying to like help people and spread a message. So at the end of the day, you've been on 6 months. What the fuck? I'm gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up.
No, I will. So I've been doing Twitch content for like multiple years.
I
Like, so I guess it's been for like a year or two that I've been doing Twitch. I think with YouTube, I just had more fun and just I knew what to do more for YouTube than I did for Twitch. Because going on Twitch is hard, chat. Like going on
Mhm.
Twitch is difficult.
I was gonna
It requires
ask.
it requires a lot of networking, requires consistency, requires like other producing content on other platforms. Like it's a hard road.
I was gonna ask which one do you prefer doing the YouTube format or do you prefer like being live on Twitch? Like which one do you feel more like comfortable in?
Ooh, that's hard because I love both of them. Like I love being able to do live content. Like I love being able to do it. I love entertaining. I love hosting the events. Like I host Hunger Games, Smash Bros. Me CPU tournaments, or just reactions. Being able to do that is fun to me. But I think the YouTube content is just also another fun grind. So that's been the sort of the journey, having to balance both of them because I have yet to be able to get to my Twitch VODs that need to be edited as I've been focusing on my YouTube content, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I your YouTube content is great. It's consistent. It's really I feel like I know what you're gonna say, but if you had to give any advice to someone who's trying to grow on YouTube and like grow as a streamer in the short amount of time, do you have any advice you could dispel for the audience?
All right. Um First things first, try to find a way to sort of set yourself apart. Because keep in mind how oversaturated VTubing is. Like, keep in mind as well, chat, I am a PNG tuber and like I'm in an oversaturated market. I have like the double debuff. Like I have both the double debuff. So how I try to think is what top market hasn't been done. Like there's some VTubers who might be doing workout content, like or some VTubers that might do this type of content. Try to find sort of a thing that works for you and then try to untap into the untapped market. And then very untapped market that I'm very surprised hasn't been tapped in a lot is video YouTubing. So like there's like of course Depressed Nasagi, there's Venander, Sebe, Kenisu, Yam Kamori, Penumbral, but like that's only like maybe 10 or so people who do VTuber content. Of course there's Kyo and False ID, but like video form content is very not tapped in there. So that was why I was like, why don't I tap into it? Because I was like, I like doing commentary. I like this, I like doing that. And I just focused on that niche. So I would say focus on a niche that you enjoy and then find a way to like push it out. And then try and find a way that sets yourself apart. Because in my case, how I set myself apart is editing. I love to edit. I love to make a lot of memes. I combine editing styles. I look at other anime analysts, VTubers, and I combine that for my style.
Mhm.
And for some people, like you gotta find something that works. There is no one ditch way to grow as a VTuber, but look at examples, look at references, and think, how can I make this content that I like? And then maybe other people will come that way. And that's sort of how I guess I grew. But I will always say that like going on social media at all is a lottery ticket, bro. It's a lottery ticket. And like everyone might say the same advice, like, oh, network, oh, collab, oh, post consistently. And there's a lot of, and I mean a lot of VTubers struggling. So there is no one ditch advice, but the one ditch advice I can give to you is find that untapped market and press into it. For me, it's video YouTubing. It's video VTubing. And for others, like I also host events, commentary events. I host Hunger Games since no one does them. I host me, CPU, Smash Bros tournaments because I love Smash Bros. I love VTubers. Why don't we combine them both? So that's what I would recommend. Find a way to combine things that also would be perform well in the YouTube algorithm, and then use that for yourself. Like yeah, like sort of what Satellite said. Focus on a niche, and then produce that content that would be clickable.
All right, y'all. You heard it here first. Find that niche, dig into it, and then put a little seasoning on it and get
Yeah, a
to where you
little
need
bit
to
of
get.
seasoning, bro.
Yeah,
A
that's
little bit of spice and
hard. I
sauce.
feel like finding a niche is like very good advice, but it's kind of like people don't really know what their niche is,
Yeah, that is.
especially
I will admit that's true. Like finding a niche is hard because one, you don't want to do something you aren't comfortable with.
right.
Because I first thought maybe I'll do shorts in news format. I I hated it. I will say straight up, the videos didn't perform as well as I wanted, and for the videos that did, it was getting me death threats.
Oh
So I
yeah.
was like, maybe I do something different. Because I think the reason was I first did VTuber News, I was very opinionated.
Mhm.
Sources like False ID are very much just straight up news. So I was like, if I'm opinionated, why don't I just double down on being opinionated? And then there it was. I was like, commentary exists. But oh, I don't like commentary channels. A lot of them just they just are not, they're kind of vitriolic, or they're just kind of, they maybe hurt a lot of people more than they usually do. Or they're usually boring to watch. Why don't I make it entertaining to watch with editing? There you go. It's hard to find it, but I think combining sort of the things you're interested in with other factors of the community can make it happen for you.
Okay, yeah, I kind of get that. Like it
Like,
happens naturally. I understand that.
yeah, and even in your case, like you're doing a pretty good job with your MeltysRoom. You're just inviting people onto your stream and you're just able to like talk with people, and it's a funny chill show. Like it's a chill show that many viewers will want to hang out with, and they want to like, talk into, see people like spit they shit. And it's a fun show.
No
And
way
I
you
think
watch my shit. That's a
Like,
You be
I
watching?
watch your clips, I watch your shit, I watch Tiffany's, I watch Kishan's, I watch who was it? 780s? It was like it was the Yowie one. It was the Yao VTuber virtual Yowie one.
Oh, the
Yeah, it
one I
was
just
that
did.
one.
Yeah, it's that.
Let me see. It was yeah, it was like let me pull it up on YouTube. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up.
This mo-
It was yeah, it was with S4D. Wait, how do you say their name?
That's satellites. That's he's in the chat, but in
Satellite?
yeah, satellites.
Like
Like satellite.
that's how you say their name?
Yeah, I know. I found out like a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh fuck. Like I've been calling you Sad because I didn't know the rest of it. Satellites.
Bro, I've been
His name
calling this
is
dude Sad the entire time. I was like, oh, let me look at this reference video from this guy named Sad, bro.
no.
Wait, do I have a change? Let me see. Like I've been doing this gimmick where I've just been changing my presentation to have like a bunch of reactions. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, yeah,
Here
that's
we
how it
go.
felt. That's literally how it felt. But yeah, I appreciate it. That's
Ah.
really nice of you to say. I really think I just like talking to people and I just like getting
Mhm.
information and conversing. And I feel like people are like, oh, you're so good at talking. And I feel like that's kind of an underrated skill sometimes.
Hmm.
So I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to just talk my way through and see where I end up. And hopefully I end up somewhere nice where I could be like, damn, 50K for a verse, like, kind of like a vibe. So I
Yeah,
don't
like you
know.
like use on your shit, bro. Use on your shit. Use on your bag. You're hoping
Yeah.
for that too. I'm hoping for the grind too. I always want to see the homie succeed. I always want to see it.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, how many Black VTubers do you really think of that have like gotten to like a level of like major success, or it's like they're going to cons and stuff?
Shizzy, Kenji, and then that's pretty
Okay,
much
I was like, okay, I
it.
thought you were gonna give us like four more. I said, eats. Okay, we got two.
But I'm talking like big, like 300, 500. There's Uzuri Mia who gets 100. Tiffany also gets a good amount. Um, like Kishin Shinobi, of course.
Hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think of like partner, like when I think partner made it, you know?
Yeah, like
Like
how many
not just like
partners?
other like VTubers I know, because like I could name a bunch, like Arctic Elia, oh yeah, there's Ruzu. Ruzu also is doing really well. Um, yeah, she gets like 200 on average. Like she's doing really well. Like
Yami
man,
Umai is another one.
Yami, oh yeah, Yami too. Like it's hard to like remember everybody off the top of my head, but like there are definitely people who have made it. It's just uncommon and like it's like grains of sands and like the giant spectacle of VTubing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's because we know them, because that's our community kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not like if I feel like if I name dropped it, some people be like, who the fuck is like, I'm like,
Like,
oh,
yo, Yami? Who the fuck is Shizzy?
no,
Like
I would feel very like embarrassed. Like, but I can say Shoto and everybody knows who that fucking is. That's like,
yeah.
I'm trying to see who can get to that level of
Yeah,
accessibility,
and I
which would be
think
really
the only
cool.
one who's done that has been Shizzy. Wait, no, it's been Kenji. Kenji's been the only one. And like even then Kenji receives a lot of backlash. Like TikTok has been on his dick. Like on his dick like crazy. Like I remember like
I was
when
there.
before Kenji did like a body reveal, face reveal, a
Yeah.
lot of people like thought he wasn't black. And then it's like once he did like a body face reveal, it's like, yo, these motherfuckers are silent. These motherfuckers are probably silent right now. Or they double down. Or it's like, oh, he's not black enough. I'm like, but like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he did get called a monkey, so that
Yeah,
was
got called a monkey IRL too, word for word.
two.
And he said that was like 1 minute after he posted the tweet. Like if it said 2 minutes after the tweet, it said 1 minute. And the crazy thing was, it was by someone who didn't even debut. It was by someone who was in a pre-debut arc. Like imagine getting the drama like that before your debut. Would not let that be me. Me personally. Would not let
Yeah,
that
the
be me.
the pre-debut curse is real. Sometimes you just gotta debut, or else you might end up calling someone a monkey on Twitter. So you just kind of have to like,
Yeah, I can't like y'all. Can y'all relate to that problem? Like having to have an issue with debuting and oh no, unfiltered racism. Like I could not let it be. But like on the topic of Kenji, like did you ever get to see his reaction video on the Black VTubers thing?
yes, I actually watched that and then your video. I watched his reaction
Oh yeah,
first.
that was how like a lot of things happened. But he talked about how he also had a big issue when he was coming into VTubing. Like he talked about like he he had to, like, his first model, he was like all light skin and sexy and all that shit. And then he like comes out and he's trying to find a rigger. They couldn't do his hair. They couldn't do his hair. Like they just straight up said they couldn't do his hair. So then he redesigns it. Then you have his current Kenji model. And his current Kenji model was supposed to have like a little bit of melanin. Like, you know, he went out in the sun. He had a bit of a tan,
Mm-hmm.
and it still got whitewashed. Like it still had that happen to him. And he was like, yep, like, and everyone in that comment section was like, bro, we were robbed. We were robbed.
Yeah, it would have been nice because I feel like as much as like we can mention him, I think the most common thing that I hear when I do discuss with people and when I bring up Kenji, a lot of people was like, yeah, but his model's not black, so it doesn't count, you know, because he's not presenting as such, so maybe the struggle maybe isn't the same. Because, and I know I've had guests that I've talked to where I've been like, oh, as a black VTuber, have you ever considered just getting a lighter model? Do you think it would be easier for you? And I have a lot of friends, private, personal, like out public, quietly say like, yeah, sometimes I think if I did not have this black model, it would be easier for me, which kind of
Yeah.
feels sad to hear. I never thought I was going to be anything but this color because I was just kind of like, well, I thought, well, branding wise, there's not other people this color really like that. So that's one way to just kind of stand out and on
Like,
general.
yeah, like an untapped market,
Yeah, I thought it was an untapped market, but apparently it was just it was just an invite to the clan rally. So it was very intense.
Nah,
Like you
they
gotta be
just bump you
careful.
out.
There you go. You gotta be careful. Like people were very weird and strange, but I mean now we can say that it's different now. Like when I first showed up, it was very like scary, but now it's more accepting. Like we have artists who can draw black models with nice hair. We have rig artists who can also like
Mhm.
make the hair bouncy. Like I think that's why to bring up on the
Yeah.
black VTuber Keishan, like his thing blew up because a lot of people are like, I've never seen that shit before. Like a model with
Oh yeah,
dreads.
I saw that clip too. It was like he had like a cool design. He said like early 2020, like ain't see anybody with a single touch of melanin, bro. And he was like, yo, I'll do like a cool design and then I'll, you know, make it like a little bit clean looking. And I'm glad to see that Kishin's still like doing super well with his streams and his parts. And that's why like when I do have plans of getting a like VTuber model. I'm broke. So like I have to like mostly use a PNG tuber at the moment. But like when I do get that, I do want to make sure my design like really kicks out and like make sure that a lot of people like it. And not just for like I guess diversity reasons, but just for I just want people to like my design for what I do with the design whatnot. Which is why like I'm so excited to debut the 2.0 cosplay so I could like show a little bit of what the design looks like because it looks clean. I showed a bit of a debut preview of it and motherfuckers loved it. I was like, okay, what we're gonna try to get this done. So then that's why I'm excited for it because I love seeing like the designs that everybody has.
Yeah, I have faith. I know a lot of people kind of like, especially lately, it's been being a VTuber and seeing the VTuber community versus being a VTuber. It's like a dirty word kind of being a VTuber has kind of become, but I have to say one of the most creative mediums out there. Like everyone can do whatever they want and they can do so many things with just a virtual avatar. I think it's really important and I really kind of appreciate you kind of seeing the value in it, you know, while still calling it out on the bullshit. Like you're not being delusional about it, but you are still saying like, hey, this is a great medium. These are just the issues with it.
Yeah. And I think that's always been like I remember when I made that Black VTuber video, a lot of comments I got was, oh, you don't care about the VTuber community. And I was like, I wouldn't be a VTuber right now. I wouldn't have given all of this money if I didn't give a shit, you know? Like I wouldn't have completely rebranded all of this if I didn't actually care about the medium and it met so many people that inspired me in the indie VTubing scene. Like, why would I have done so much of an investment for money? You think I don't even think the video is gonna blow up? Like, like I am just doing it because I enjoy the topics. I love seeing the medium. I love seeing the ways that people have numerous journeys. Like people of all sorts of backgrounds, disabilities. There's a reason like I Am Mouse is literally my favorite streamer out there because like her journey that she was able to make was only possible through VTubing. There's other people out there who were deaf and they were able to make their journey happening through VTubing. There are people out there who would have like physical disabilities and they made their things happen through VTubing. And that's why like I love the media. And there are people who go through like forms of like trying to figure out their identity, trying to figure them out. And I even like highlight that in the Pride in the VTuber community. Like, it's amazing that whether you're like LGBTQ, wherever you fall on that spectrum, the fact that that medium is able to help so many creators is why it's a damn good medium. And that's why I love it. Like, that's why I rebranded, because I wanted to focus on it. Like, you think I'm just doing it to talk shit? Trust me, I know other VTubers. I'm not gonna name them, but I know like 2 VTubers off the top of my head who only talk about VTubers while hating VTubers. Like, I know 2 off the top of my head.
And I'm one of them. Go ahead.
What?
Nothing.
I've already called out enough people in my videos. I'll turn down the call down culture for today.
Exactly. I really do appreciate like you being like, we have to bring like positivity and light about the space and being like open and honest. And I just really appreciate it. It makes me feel good. Like, I feel your passion. And I think that's what's the most powerful thing at the end of the day with content creating, any type of medium, any hobby, is like having that passion. Like, I know you said it's been 6 months and you're doing well. Do you ever think that flame is gonna like flicker? Like, how do you manage
No.
not burning out? Like,
Oh, it's flickered a lot, and I've sort of talked about it in our pre-call. The hard main thing is I'm focusing on college, chat. I kind of do this on the side, but the hard thing is trying to find that balance. And I will say my passion for making it happen, it's one of the like main things that I love in life. I'm going to commit. I'm going to make it happen. People have tried telling me I can't make this happen. I'll never grow growth. And like I'm not gonna get too personal, but I remember first words from people trying to like talk me down from doing content creation. And I was like, no, I can do this shit. And I've been able to try my best at least. I won't say I'm perfect, but be able to at least balance college, be able to do school, be able to produce content, and also alongside both doing YouTube streams and also Twitch streams. Like, I'm balancing a big load here, and then having to edit it all. Like, it's a rough road. So it's just sort of the topic is I know the flame is dwindling. I know I'm getting burnt out. And the important thing is don't let doubt creep in. Don't let self-doubt, don't let self-hatred. Be able to just take the mistakes you take and run with it. Well, not really run with it, but more so learn from them, apply them to your day-to-day life, and then improve. Post the content that you can, post the school ropes that you can, and then just keep on working. Multitask, 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 because that's my ideal life. I guess there's a little bit of lore accurate to why I'm a fallen angel. I left the path of heaven to find my own truth. And that's why we're here.
Damn. So for the people who are about to die and get burnt out for real, what is your advice for them? For the bitches who are like, if this video does not blow up next month, I am going to blow my VTuber's head off. What is your advice for that group of people? Because it's
balance
hard.
yourself first.
Yeah.
I will say this straight up. Balance yourself first. Everyone has said this numerous times, but you are the content. You are the product. You have to like fine proof it. Like, you have to like repair it every time. Like, think about it like a Minecraft thing. It gets worn down more and more. Unless it's like what is the most strong material in Minecraft that isn't diamond?
Iridium or something?
Netherite? I don't know. But like, the point of the matter is it will wear down. So you have to find ways to repair it, retool it, and like get stronger through it, because it is a tough ride. Sometimes you have to turn down the content a little bit. There's a reason I made an announcement saying I'm gonna go bi-weekly instead of weekly, because one, I am getting burnt out. Like, it is getting tiresome writing scripts all the time, coming up with ideas, coming up with different things, editing it, editing it, editing it, editing it. Like, it can be time consuming. So that's why you gotta like value yourself, your life, your things first. As long as you're enjoying your thing, you will find ways to grow through it. So you got to take yourself first. And I'm kind of in the process of having to learn that too. Like, don't take me as the spokesperson or the example. Like, there's a reason I don't do face cams as much, even though like my face is out there. Like, I'm not in perfect condition. But being able to find ways of taking yourself, whether it's, hey, I'm tired, let's go on a gas down walk around our like house and get some like sunlight, or hey, let's just eat good today, let's get a good meal, let's get some like, I don't know, some hibachi or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like
A
there's
seafood
a
boil.
lot of ways you can take care of yourself without overexerting, but you just have to recognize once like it's hard to like not burn out. I will also mention this. Sorry, I ramble like crazy,
Mm-hmm.
but like I will say there's always not just the issue of burning out, but also the issue of lack of motivation. Find the reason that you continue moosing. Find the reason that you continue pushing. And for me, content creation is my biggest passion in life. It's quite literally the thing that gives me the most life. It gives me the most happiness. Seeing and producing videos, producing streams has been one of the most happiest things in my life. So that's my reason. It's a little selfish that it's for me, but that's the
Mm.
reason I continue pushing content. If you can find that reason, if it's I love building a community, I love being able to push out content that others enjoy, I love being able to give good vibes, I love being able to push out this or that or make people laugh, do this, do that. Find that reason. And once you're able to get it, that burnout factor, that lack of motivation, it's not going to disappear, but you'll find something to motivate yourself stronger. And the burnout, you just gotta put yourself first with whatever you do. You gotta just balance yourself. Refine it. Think Minecraft, chat. Think Minecraft. Think Minecraft.
Exactly. Like, do what you want to do. Like, can speak for myself and say I love creating community, I love conversations, and I love making people
Mm-hmm.
laugh. So I'm like, okay, like I'll have a day where I'm like, I don't want to stream, and I've definitely taken breaks and left and gone and come back and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's just like even Melty's room. This is the first episode in like a month. I haven't done an episode in a month because I was like, I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
move. But it feels good to come back and with someone so like passionate and like well spoken on like these topics that most people kind of tiptoe around because they don't know the answer themselves, and you're not claiming
Mm-hmm.
to know the answer, but just the advice that you're giving, I feel, at least for me, it's resonating, and I hope for other people in chat and audience it's
Yeah, I hope.
resonating.
Yeah, I hope it does help out because I do know like there are a lot of people that like they see the content creation and they want to push it. And I've gotten a lot of comments too. Like they say, like I want to join VTubing, but like I've been intimidated. Like I've seen like the experience, I've seen sort of the community. Maybe it's not the best, and like I said before, my first goal was just to talk my trash on things. But if my content is able to help inspire people, then that's another dub. A real curry dancing to yeet moment, bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
a real it's a real pog moment. And I'm gonna be able to keep like producing it. So that's like my motivation. I gained a new motivation. And that's why I produced other videos that weren't just that. Cause like I didn't want to just be like a one-shot wonder. So I was like, oh, let's talk about V Sojo. Let's talk about male VTubers. Let's do some review content. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. And now we're at 10K, which is still crazy to me. But I guess I've inspired a lot of people that, and it's mental world that people support me for what I do.
So when you get super rich and famous off of being like a successful YouTuber, what is the first thing that you plan to buy with your money?
VTuber model.
Who
I
do you
need
want
one.
who do you want to do your, do you have any ideas? Because it's talking about
Like who I'd want to do like my VTuber
yeah.
model? No, I haven't. Like I've been just thinking I'll get a VTuber model, but I haven't thought of how. I just thought I'll eventually get it. I'll eventually. And it's just a dream of mine. Eventually when I get like a decent flow of income, because like content creation is kind of my summer job right now. Like I
Mhm.
did like a decent amount of revenue from both Twitch and YouTube to like factor in the costs that aren't being helped by my scholarships. And with that, like I've sort of what are we talking about? I guess when if I was supposedly to make it big, the
Mhm.
first thing would just be a VTuber model. I'd probably want to become like the Iron Mouse, in which just I'd commission numerous people and then just have their artworks. You know, they get a bag. You know, they get the big bag and whatnot. And then like I can continue producing content that entertains, loves, and then I can get my bag that way too. You know. Like, there's a
Yes.
reason, like, I love the fact that IMS does so many models. I know some people, it's like always a change. It's like always different. But like, I think it helps a lot of artists for one, like being able to create the rig and create that. And then like IMLs probably pays them super damn well. And then like being able to like have a different flavor of variety in which it's like never a dull moment. I would always I wish I could become like as you can tell, IMS is a big inspiration of mine.
I love
But
Iron
like
Mouse. Yeah.
yeah, IMS is goaded and she's doing like a big stuff done now. But
Yes.
with that, um I would just want to use my money to give back. Like if I can make it to where I'm decently stable and then like I can commission art to a lot of artists. Cause like shout out to the artists, gotta be one of my favorite genders out there.
Mm-hmm.
But with if I could use that money to help support people and then I can also like do my thing while doing it, that'd be great.
Exactly. I think that's like these are the type of people who I want to like. I mean, everyone can do well as they want to, but I think like that's a lot of my motivations, my friends' motivations. Is like, okay, we're gonna blow up, and then we're gonna pull everyone with us. Like we're just gonna like all go
we
together.
all we all make it out of the streets. We all make it out in the streets here.
Exactly. We're all trying to eat, especially like in the Black VTuber niche and like that community. Like we all gotta go because like there's a lot of talented people, and I think I know it's like, oh, you just have to set yourself apart. But I'm like, I feel like innately, like just being like a Black VTuber in this space is already setting yourself apart because the way they
Yeah.
comment on things, the way they speak on things, like the way they interact with the audience, like it's a different vibe. It seems a little more to me personable, maybe because it resonates more
Yeah.
with me, but I like it. I fucks
Mhm.
with the vision.
Yeah, like there's a lot of creators like I really want to see get out there, and it's hard to grow in general, like
Mm-hmm.
in the super oversaturated market, and then as a just in general marginalized creature, whether like you're black, you're trans, you're part of like LGBTQ identity, like there's a lot of people that just receive shit for existing, and then it's like it hurts the push of like going and pushing for content like I talked about in the prior video, there are so many people infected by like the LGBTQ phobia that happened months ago that like
Mm-hmm.
so many people graduated. They were just done.
Yeah.
They were done with the community. All their motivation just went away. Like it was treacherous. And like if you can see someone in the creation that's making it as a one black VTuber, two as a PNG tuber, and three as somebody who's bringing light to issues who's like I don't know. I hate gassing myself up, but if you're able to do like all these things, then it can inspire other people, to keep the grind up. And I like that the video. I got so many comments that are like, "Yo, thank you for standing for voices. I'm inspired to be a VTuber." And like again, I just started to talk trash. I just wanted to talk trash. Like I wanted to like not really talk trash, but just commentate on things. And my message has helped a lot of people, which is which it actually brings out like a lot of like joy in me, surprisingly enough.
That's really nice. I mean, you are. I mean, I feel like what sets you apart also is you came in knowing what you wanted to do. Like you said, I know
Yeah.
the content I want to create. A lot of us, at least for my knowledge, like came in like 2020 pandemic, and we
Oh
just were like, we
yeah.
have free time. Let's stumble into this. Like, I absolutely think you came in the best way possible. Like, I always think like, oh, if I could do it again. Well, I probably couldn't do it like
Mhm.
this, but I would definitely come in with like something knowing what I want to
Yeah.
create. It
Mhm.
helps. It really does. So,
I I
congrats.
will also admit it took me a couple months to figure it out, like exactly what I wanted to do. Cause like my channel was made on I think December 2020. My first video is like either March, it was either May. No, it wasn't May. It was like January or February. And when I was first starting, I was just first doing Smash Bros commentary content in which I was talking about like Smash Bros community things. So I realized, hey, I like doing commentary. And then I started to mix in VTubing. I realized, oh my god, I love VTubing. I love being able to see and talk about these things. One of my videos that wasn't the pick me one that blew up, it was about how people think that VTubers are too old to do VTuber auditions. And I think
Mm.
that's cringe. I think like you can do like content creation at its core is like not just for the moment that you hit 20 or 30 years old, you're like the Club Penguin grandpa and whatnot. Like you can continue pushing content. There are tons of peoples in their 30s and 40s in agencies that are making it happen. There are a lot of people out there making it happen no matter what age they at. So I was like, that's like, do whatever you can to produce good content, no matter what you is. And then I
Exactly.
made contents about PNG tubing and how I feel like people get intimidated by how expensive B-tubing is. And I'm like, here are some resources and here's some commentary about like what you should do, because I think the culture around you have to dump $2,000, $5,000 around a VTuber model is cringe. So let me show you what you could do. And people like that content too. So then I just realized after like maybe 1 to 2 months of not really growing much, I love doing commentary. And then I wanted to eventually do like a full length. I like had a very slow growth at first. I think it was like, let me see if I can pull up the dates. Let me see. But like,
Yeah, like
if I pull
what's
up,
the trajectory? Like how many uploads did it take before like the one hit? Like I could also probably just check based on the,
um,
but
I
like,
guess in terms of YouTube videos, 2. But in terms of shorts, I had a lot, like maybe 30 or 35.
mhm.
Like I won't say I was struggling, but I wasn't like getting out there that a lot of VTubers want to do. Like my videos were consistently getting like 2K, which is solid for like shorts. But if you're like really wanting to grow your brand, you need to have like a proper video. So that was when I decided, okay, let me make a video on a topic I wanted to talk about. So I first started with face reveals and VTuber immersion because I've seen when I was doing research, I heard about Fruit. I heard about how she like got so much backlash due to showing her face. I've seen other VTubers get backlash for showing their face. And I was like, well, and I've seen other VTubers be pushed to do face reveals when they don't want to do them. Why don't we just talk about the culture around that? That video, that video initially bombed. like it did not do well at first. Like I think after a week, it only had like maybe 30 or 50 views, bro. Like it was not doing good. And I made a video on Black VTubers, and I think it boosted that other video to get to 10K.
Yeah.
But that was when I released the face reveal video. It was on April 21st, 2023. When I released the Black VTuber video, it was on April 30th, 2023. The video blew up, I think, on May 2nd. That was when Kenji retweeted the video. And
Mhm.
then I think that was when it really started to happen. That was when it like really started to take off, I would say.
Okay. Okay. So at this, you're going at a good rate. What do you feel like you've made? I made it. Like I feel like you definitely know you have more to go. But what
Mm,
does success look like for you? Where you're like, ah, yes, like I am very content. I'm like, I know for a fact that this is where I am, and like I'm sitting in like this energy of like I've accomplished so much, and I feel content about it.
mm. It's sort of you have to find a balance. You don't want to be all self-defeatist where it's like I haven't done enough, I haven't done enough, because then you'll never feel satisfaction. But you don't want to have that thing where you've done enough. You always can think of something else you can talk about. As a content creator, you always have to be thinking, what else can I do? What else can I push out? How else can I make people gain from this? How else can I like do this, do that? And I think I have like 5 and 10 other videos I want to make. I have 3 planned on 3 separate VTubers and how they blew up. I have 3 planned there. I have 2 planned on other VTuber topics. I have another one planned that's a sort of joke satire video of how to grow, I guess, as to grow as a VTuber, I guess. And I just want to continue pumping out stuff. Like that's just the grind as a content creator. You want to always be growing, but you don't want to like get so hyper focused on it to the point where you don't see the good that's come. Cause like I'm gonna be real, it's still crazy to me that I'm at 10K. Like that's an amazing accomplishment. Like I will
Hmm.
say that right now. Like it is amazing that like I've had that much support and some technical terms I quote unquote made it. But to me, it's like I've done great. I can do more. And it's sort of trying to find that balance between not being defeatist, but not being reluctant, if that makes sense.
Right. Okay, that's very grounded. You have a very grounded perspective on everything. So it's really refreshing because honestly, if that level of growth in like that amount of time, even though you've been grinding for a while, to finally kind of see the results, it would definitely be something that's like
Yeah,
alarming.
it means a lot to me. Like Like I didn't like when someone gifted a lot of subs to my Twitch stream, I quite literally started to cry. Like I it was just like I can't believe all this time like I had a lot of struggle and then it finally happened. Like I finally am seeing it, but you can't stop. Like you can't be reluctant, but you can't like be down, be like, "Oh, I haven't it's not good enough." Like I think the best word is don't use the word it's not good enough. Use the words you can I guess I guess I have more in me, I guess. Like be like Paul Pierce, like I got one more in me, like how he does like season after season, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think yeah.
I would say that's
Damn.
my approach.
When is your birthday? Do you mind me asking? Because
July 29th?
It's soon.
Yeah, it's soon.
Are
Like
you
I
excited?
think what I want to do is yeah, like the thing is I don't know what to do for it cuz like I'm obviously planning on doing like a I guess a kudo board for the
Mm-hmm.
thing. But yes, like I am a Leo if the chat wants to know, I am a Leo. And
Yes.
I am a little I think one of the main things is I want to continue pushing out content until my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, balancing myself and whatnot, not overexerting. And then I want to like sort of give back. I want to do a charity drive. I don't know what for that. I don't want people to give me money. I want to like sort of do a charity drive in which like motherfuckers get they shit back. I don't know for what yet, but like I've always wanted to do a charity drive. So if I'm able to keep up the growth and perhaps actually post other content that's my Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
like I haven't been able to do that. Like I've just been Twitch streaming, but like I haven't been able to like edit my Twitch content because I've been focusing on my like commentary videos. If I can get like a growth to where I could hypothetically hope a charity drive and then somebody, can gain from that shit, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Like I don't know when that will be. If that will be my birthday, it will be my birthday. If that'll be next year, it'll be next year. But I do plan on doing a charity because I've always wanted to do that. That was like one of my big dreams as like a content creator, bro.
Aw, that's really nice. I do this charity stream. But I'm scared of paying taxes, so I really would love to
Oh
see you do it. Tell
yeah.
me how it goes, because I'm scared of the IRS. I kind of be shutting down PayPal accounts when they ask for my tax ID. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, that is a hard one to get through. I will admit that.
But
But yeah,
you can
I
do
will
it. Yep.
say I don't know when. I don't know when I'll do it, but I do want to do a charity drive. I do want to do one.
I believe in you. If anybody can push a good charity drive to you, we will be showing up to the function. So make sure if you get to do it, because you do have about a month or so, let us know. Let us know what's up.
Yeah, get to 20K. Try to get to
20.
20K by a month. Let it
I
try.
mean, dude, keep pumping it out the way you are. It's doable. Like it's within your range. Like it's
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best.
trying your best, but not burning out. So since we're on top of
Yeah.
burning out and being hot and stuff, you have a lot of opinions, which I enjoy. So what do you think is like one of your hottest takes you've like given so far, where it's like, ooh, like this one made a lot of people mad, but I said what I
The
said.
pride in the V2. Oh, there are a lot. Um, Probably the Black VTuber video in and of itself was controversial, and probably the video I just released was in and at its core controversial because someone in the comment section mentioned I was the only. Now I hate saying that because it gasses myself up, and I don't like sucking my own dick, but apparently I was like one of the only content creators to bring up the transphobia. Other people more or less either just put it aside or called motherfuckers Twitter freaks because that makes sense. And when that happened, I made two videos. One video was about picking me, and I got so much shit. The second video was about sort of the announcement around Henya,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got slurs thrown at me.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's the third video, which pretty much just readdressed everything that I said in both of those videos, but was like, all right, if you can't see the shit this time, you better not mistake my point. like I will say that. Like there was a lot of times where people And then people also said I was doing it for clout. I'm like, bro, I'm getting death threats. People are wanting my IP leak. I like the last thing I want is the worst shit. But I'm doing it because no one else will. That's the thing. No one else is bringing these topics. No one talked about the transphobia that happened a month back. So I was gonna do it. Like that's just me. Like I'm just a shit talker. I'm not a big moral figure. I don't like being seen as one. I'm a fallen angel. There's a reason I'm not an angel. But I just wanted to talk about it both times, and I'm glad that a lot of people surprisingly, and I mean surprisingly, agree with what I said. That like, yeah, like don't harass streamers, don't send shit to streamers, but don't use that as an excuse to like be fucking assholes to trans people, especially those who aren't involved. Like
Mm-hmm.
that was like the weird thing, and people at the time thought that was like a bad opinion. People thought that was a bad opinion, and that's why I had so much shit thrown at me, bro. I had so much shit.
I mean, you can endure it. I mean, let's shift gears to be honest, because I am curious about your design, like that you are a fallen angel. Like, where did that come from? Because I feel like a lot of VTubers put kind of their personal experience in lore or something of the sort. So
Uh-huh.
it's just kind of like, well, how did you become this being? Like, how did this come together? Like,
So the Fallen Angel lore has a little bit of inspiration from my IRL experience as well as my content creation experience. Pretty much if I'm gonna try to say this in a lore lens. Let's
yes,
think about it as like say you live in heaven. You live in what people consider like if you like are on the outside, the ideal area that people want to be. But you notice that there's a lot of problems that you don't want to be at. You try talking about it, but you're in the process of being silenced. And when you finally try to like say one more thing, you're kicked down to the ruins. You're kicked down to the lowest place in life, and you're trying to like find that reason. However, you find that one reason with the lore. I'm still trying in the process of writing it, but we pretty much it's like I formed a contract with someone by the name of Melia, and this demon goddess was able to pretty much give the power to reach into other realms and use that power to use and breathe a voice. So that was when I was like,
mm,
a fallen angel at its core is someone who left heaven. The new design is going to be more demonic. And at the third design, you're able to combine that with being able to bring light to issues that many people don't know because they expect all this culture to be perfect. Like it's like, oh, sun signs and rainbows. No, there are problems. There are problems in every community I've been in, and people try to brush them under the rug. So I'm a bring it down. I'm a talk my trash. I'm gonna talk about it, and if I can bring a voice to other people, then I'm gonna do it.
yeah, I appreciate it because a lot of people tend to not speak up because they don't want to ruffle any feathers or kind of like ruin any
Yeah,
potential opportunities that may come to them in the
yeah,
future.
yeah.
Do you ever
Yeah,
get
I've
worried about
already
that?
I've
Burning the bridge? Like, do you
Oh
get
no,
worried? Like,
I know for a fact I've already ruined a
oh,
lot of opportunities.
no.
Like I will say this straight up, the Black VTuber video is probably the best and worst thing that happened to me because I called out a lot of popular VTubers,
Mm,
and I mean big VTubers. And I even said in the video I don't really give a fuck to have people canceled. I don't really care. I think it's wasted energy because I want to focus on my content. But when you bring stuff and attention to that, you have a target on your back in which you're ruining sort of the culture around it, and you are now seen as sort of the bad guy. Like I had people like talking about like I will probably never collab with Fillion, like never. Well, even if it was like something I wanted to do, I think the fact that I brought attention to what she said to an actual platform is probably the worst thing that happened to me because Fillion's one of the most popular indie VTubers. And with Pippa, which I will say straight up, I made a mistake with how I covered hers. Like I didn't like her joke she made, but the fact that I said it and brought that attention, she's one of the most top growing VTubers. And she has connections with not just like agencies, but also indie scene. And like I'm happy for her, like in the sense of like I don't really care to see people go down. Like I said that again, chat. I don't really care to have people canceled. It's wasting energy. I want to focus on my content. But with those connections being done, I have people who have blocked me because of that video, big creators. And it's understandable. Like, you're like sort of the person bringing attention to a lot of issues, and people really like the escapist culture of the VTubing scene. But if that's gonna ruin some connections, all right. Well, I made amazing connections already. I got to meet my favorite YouTuber. I got to make my favorite YouTuber, Kenji. And it's still crazy to me that like I still got to meet and talk with that dude. Like it's still crazy to me that I got to meet and talk with him. And I will say straight up, I made mistakes covering that video. Like if people don't want to associate me because of the mistakes I made, like I made a tweet about it. I think you saw it, Melty, that
Mhm.
one of the sources I used was fabricated. I didn't know that at the time, but that's not an excuse. And I said straight up, I'm also to be held accountable, and I will hold the grad face into those mistakes. So if people bring it up and they're like, "Oh, Toledo, you fucked up here," I was like, "Yeah, I did." Like I will accept those consequences, and it's not something I want to be like I'm so perfect. But the point of the matter is, through those mistakes and through covering those things, I've ruined connections that probably would have been better to have.
Mhm.
But I think it's sort of one of those accepteds where you burn some bridges, but you make some new ones. You destroy some buildings, but you're able to help ignite another fire. If again, chat, it's still crazy to me, but if my voice is able to help other indie VTubers and other VTubers out there be inspired, then if I lose connections because of it, then those connections be damned. They weren't meant to happen. And they just weren't meant to happen. And I will accept all sort of the consequences that come from my mistakes. And I want to be able to make other people. Damn it, I hate saying this because it makes me seem like this moral figure.
You gotta push
But
through. Just push through.
like I want to be able to push other people to be in that content. And if I can do it through talking shit and bringing light to issues, then I'll do it. If I lose bridges, I lose bridges.
Yeah, nothing. I feel like in this space, in this current age and time, nothing's wrong with saying you want to be like that guy, like you want to be that one. Like nothing's wrong with that. So make sure, very, very humble, and I love that. But you gotta be like, hey, I'm doing the. No one's doing it like me right now in this
I
extent, and it
guess
feels
it's just
good.
I don't like the one thing I hate is having an ego. Like I
Oh,
don't want to
really?
have an ego because it's not because of moral reasons. I just think it's cringe to have a personal
No,
ego.
having an
So like
ego
I
is so
try to
good.
watch for it.
It's
Like a lot of my
okay.
opinions just come down to, oh, doing this is cringe. Like that's a lot of the reasons I have to say. So it's hard for me to like I try to not just say, "Oh, I'm the only one doing it," or "I'm doing it," because it's like I just want to be able to bring attention. I just sort of am able to do it, and I'm
Yeah.
happy that I'm able to do it. To be
You
honest.
don't have to say you're the only one doing it. You say like no one's doing it like me, which is true because no one's doing it like you because you're you and everyone else is them. So that alone is your ego. That's your protect your creativity. Your ego is there to protect your creativity. So don't deny it. It's there for a reason. So
Yeah, I will admit I will say one of my personal qualities I have struggled with is being able. Milady mentioned I struggle to uplift myself because it's like I'm trying to not be on like a big ego, but I'm trying to like recognize like I've recognized growth. It's an amazing thing. Be happy about it, but don't let it define you, if that makes sense.
yeah, of course.
Like, yeah, so I guess that's why, yeah, like Ishi in the chat said, I'm trying to stay grounded, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I think definitely grip your toes into the grass for the next couple of months because I mean the growth in that amount of time. Even though I mean, because we all post and we hope one day it's gonna be us, but the day that actually becomes one of us, it's like that period of growing. It's like kind of like a trial period of your
Yeah.
conscience. Like you can either turn into a really terrible person because it all went to your head, or you can try your best to stay grounded for the next couple of months and just never change, which would be great.
Yeah, it's hard to do that though, because like validation. Keep in mind, chat, like humans at their core are like super social. So when you see that you're getting a bigger like group of people watching you,
Hmm.
like it makes it can sometimes get you ahead. So you have to try and find that balance.
Yeah, and I don't think anything's, especially when you've been grinding for a while, like nothing's wrong with it being like, yes, like this is it. This is what I've been waiting for. But it's
Yeah.
also kind of like, okay, but let me calm down. Like it's not over. There's still more to go. There's still more
Yeah,
to
there's more to
come.
do. Like I got one more in me. I got one more in me.
Exactly. Like, because a lot of people get
Oh, you're
complacent. Exactly. You gotta like, this is helpful because like a lot of people get complacent, like, okay, once I blow up, that's it. And it's like that's kind of how it was in the community for a bit. Like people's biggest goal in this community was to hit partner. Like that was it.
Yeah.
Like that was the goal. And now it's like people are trying to do more than that because it's like, okay, well, after you hit partner, what now? Like
Now
what
what?
comes next? Like a lot of people burn out, graduate, quit. They're like, I don't have anything else. Like the partner pushes over, their viewer average goes back down to 25 and we all go home.
Yeah.
Like it's sad kind of, but you know, you could this mindset that you have, you're perfect. I don't have any type of like there will be no like after Melty's room, where are they now interview where you're like shoveling coins on the highway because like you burnt out from the fame. Like you're fine.
I'll try my best to find that balance. I'll admit that. All right. Let's see here though. But like, how are you feeling on that content grind, Melty? Because
You're
like, I
asking
know
me a
like
question?
sometimes that can also hurt too.
I can't believe you're like, I don't think you're the only guest I've ever had that's ever asked me a question before. Actually, it's probably not true, but for now, today, no one's doing it like you because I don't know. I'm asking these questions for me and for all my friends because I feel like for me, I'm saying for me and my homeboys, like,
Yeah, you focus on like yourself. I remember you saying like you like the community aspect of VTubing, right?
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm. Like, I know like a lot of people they have like big aspirations to like either like they want partner or they want like Twitch partner, YouTube partner. And I think the goal of content creation is to have small goals but always have a bigger goal afterwards. But
mm-hmm,
always think, what could I do next to use my platform? Because keep in mind, chat, you're not just a content creator. Whether you like it or not, you are a social media influencer.
mm-hmm.
Some people don't like that, and you're allowed to not like that, but you are a social media influencer. How will you use that platform?
Exactly.
And like people can do that to do good things, do that to do bad things. I'm not telling people what to do. It's not my job.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, you are a social media influencer. You do have to recognize that because now your content's no longer about like if once you get out there, it's unfortunately no longer about you.
Right, which is exactly how I kind of feel about my content, which is also why I don't feel like I can stop. I'm just going to speak from like my personal experience. I don't know anyone
Mhm.
out there that's like me doing stuff like how I'm doing it and how I communicate with people. I'm like, oh, if I always said to myself and my friends, I'm like, if there was someone who was doing exactly what I wanted to do as me, like as like a queer, like black trans content creator
Mhm.
surviving in the state of Florida, like literally I would not stream. I would just watch that person and be content. I don't need to be up there. Someone else is already doing it and they're doing well. Fine. But I didn't see
Mhm.
them. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it can be me. So that motivation is what
Mhm.
makes me like keep going. And like, it's really cool to see people like from all walks of life just be like fucking with the vision and coming through on Melty's room and like having these conversations and like saying like every time I come on, someone's like, oh, this is a really great thing you're doing. I'm like, "Ugh, I'm just doing it because I want to talk to these people. Like, I don't think we'd get to have a
Mhm.
conversation right now if I didn't have this. And everyone gets to see you more as a person. Cause I feel like for me personally, when I invited you, I didn't really have a grasp of your personality. I just knew your content, but getting to talk with you on a
Yeah.
personal level like this is really like cool and an opportunity I probably wouldn't have gotten if it weren't for this little talk show. So I appreciate
Mhm.
it.
So there's always like a good and like sometimes it feels different, but like no matter which way of life, whether you use big content creator, small content creator, average size, if you can find that enjoyment in life you get, then I think that's the core of content creation. A lot of people hyper focus so hard on like, I gotta make it, I gotta make it. Like you can quote unquote make it as just a 15 viewer streamer. You have a community. That's can be enough for some people. And for some people, they want to be like a big influencer. They want to be the next Iron Mouse. They want to be the next Nyanners. They want to be the next Nihmuni. And that's great for other people too. Everybody has their own goal with content creation, and it matters what you can balance through it, what you can find as your real passion, and what you can find that life in my personal opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Like I always like joke with myself, I'm like, I'm gonna be the next Iron Mouse, but from like a different perspective because we both have pink and purple hair. So I'm like, why not? Like, how cool would that be? Like, already got the talk show, one done, boom. Gonna learn opera. Oh, how long will that take? 6 months, boom. Like, even
You
then,
got it,
like
dog. You got it.
it's on the path. Like I'm literally following the blueprint. Like it's just cool. I feel like, especially with the way people are kind of getting frustrated in general with the community, like every day it's kind of like people get more and more upset and more aggravated. I feel like people are kind of, because people I've had on the show, and I'm like, oh, where do you think the community's going to go? And they're like, it's going to stay the same. But I personally believe in change, and I feel like people are looking for something new. Hence why your content's doing so well, aside from the great dedication and commitment and consistency in the editing. Like, people are just looking to be like, finally, someone is saying this shit. Like, finally, we can speak on these things. Like, finally, a conversation can be had. Like, we're ready to talk about it, which I think is a great time to like kind of be more unique than ever, because people are finally ready
Yeah.
to talk about it.
Yeah, and like I even mentioned at the earlier of the stream, like the most taboo thing in VTubing is talking about problems,
Mhm.
because VTubing's biggest appeal is escapism. It's immersion. It's being able to find a separate reality that can be escaping from the problems that you experience in real life. But the problem is people don't see VTubers as real people that maybe have experience. They see VTubers as characters, or maybe even worse, as their own objects,
Mhm.
so that they can do whatever they want to. But the point of the matter is, maybe it's because of the fact that I joined VTubing not through like a Hololive or a Nichi Sanji lens, but as an indie VTuber. I got to see the community aspect myself, and I got to see like, yeah, this is the state of VTubing. We's gonna talk about it. We like it even sometimes invades the corporate space. Like I talked about the shipping culture too with the Hololive Nichi Sanji. Like
Mhm.
sometimes there are problems there, and like sometimes there's there with Vsojo. Like there's a lot that you can talk about without being like a super I try not to be a vitriolic asshole, but you know, still be a little bit of an asshole.
Mhm.
But like it's like there's a way you can like talk about these things, but like bring it to attention, but also, you know, be entertaining. Like be like that's why I try to be. I'm like I guess it's weird to think of now that I'm an influencer, but I do influence content, do funny edits and talking points, do my content, you know?
Yeah, like, you're an editor, you're an influencer, you're a icon, a legend, the moment. Like, definitely, I'm so excited to see where you go, because it's just really cool to like, I feel like I'm tapping into like something so early, like to see where you go. Like, it's gonna be so cool to just like watch your journey, because you're making quality content. Like, a lot of people kind of just stream, and that's kind of all they're comfortable doing. But I feel like the fact that you're kind of like doing both and like creating offline content, which is very important, very important.
Mhm.
The fact that you're creating quality offline content is like very inspiring. Like, I wish I'm gonna download DaVinci Resolve and see what everyone's talking about, because it's really
Yo,
cool.
look up some tutorials, bro. Look up tutorials as soon as you can. It is difficult, bro. I will say that though.
Yeah,
But
like,
yeah, I would recommend like oh yeah, that's another thing I would recommend. Like tap into video VTubing chat. Cause like chat, I've joined a Discord that only has 11 prominent VTubers who do video content. It is very untapped in. Like I could name the people in the server and they're like really well popular. There's Kyo, False ID, there's Nasagi, there's Penumbral, there's Venander, Sebe, Yam Kamori, and then there's also myself. All these people make mostly primary VTuber content, but like the point is like I would always say focus on like don't just stream, like produce other content, whatever that is. Like if it's shorts, if it's length videos, like for me, if it's collabs, like find that other content. Or if it's clipping, like find that content because like everyone has their difference. Like Takahata does it mostly do talk shows and then he clips it to YouTube.
mhm.
Nuxtaku is just a content feed. He just finds a bunch of things that he can make into a YouTube video, and as crazy as they are, like it works. It gets good content. There's a reason he has 2 million subscribers, and he's probably one of the most popular VTubers out there when you think about it. Like there are people who are able to do it, and I would recommend like yeah, I would recommend the people to focus on YouTube content and then try and find like something to talk about with VTubing. Like
Yes.
maybe not commentary, but maybe something in VTubing that you can bring attention to. Like even Roy Chiato, he's mainly a talk show guy, but he started doing more he's done a lot more like commentary shorts in which he talks about like, hey, hey, maybe you should watch out for this in VTubing, or hey, maybe you shouldn't do this in VTubing, or hey, maybe you should do this in VTubing. That's also educational. There are okay, sorry, I have massive ADHD. I like
Mm-hmm.
trail like crazy, but there are 3 E's you want to do. Try to make content on other platforms that's entertaining, insightful, well, entertaining, that was an I. Entertaining, educational, and I guess insightful. I don't know if
With the
another E.
E, you just move it over to the
Yeah.
side.
But like the point of the matter, you want to produce other content. And I would recommend video YouTubing because like I feel like it's very untapped to in the VTuber market. Like I just feel like there are people out there that are already established, like Depressed Nasagi. I think he has like 70K, 8K, 80K. Pronouns has like 60K. Like there's a lot of news channels out there. Like I would say there's a lot of ways that you could tap into a market, even with it being super oversaturated.
Yeah, because it's just it's oversaturated, but it's everyone's more or less kind of doing the same thing.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like everybody is doing the same thing. Like it's like you have it's like, oh, I want to like I think the big thing with content is like, what do you want to make? You like most people just say, oh, I want like a welcoming community or like a wholesome vibes or a chill thing. I would say that can work if maybe if you like just want to build a community. But if some people have the desire to like be big streamers and whatnot, like focus on like what can you produce that other people want to see. For me, people want to see VTubers, but they might want to see something that isn't talked about with VTubing. And I also have this series that I'm doing on my channel, which is two separate series I'm trying to start up. One series for my side channel that's called the VTuber Smash Bros CPU League,
Mm-hmm.
because people want to see their VTubers duke it out. They want to see them fight. And some people like seeing the chaotic matches that is Super Smash Bros. So I started that series on my Twitch channel. Those streams have been doing super well. And then I also started doing these Hunger Game simulators in which these VTubers will duke it out. Like a bunch of, whether it's from VSojo or Niji Sanji or indie VTubers or it's Hololive. Like I think I just wanted to combine things with like other VTubing things because like I mean I'm a PNG tuber. I don't think I can just use the hashtag VTuber label without someone in my comment section mentioning I'm a PNG tuber. But
Mm.
with that, I think it was just I want to make content that other people want to see, I would say. So I would say just make content that you know other people are looking for. Also get vidIQ. vidIQ is really good.
What's vidIQ?
vidIQ is a YouTube extension that allows you to like you can help boost your not really you can help boost your videos because it'll give you insights, give you classes, it'll give you like proper titles for your videos, it'll judge your descriptions, it'll talk about if you have like bad words in your titles that may hurt you. But like I would say vidIQ is like if you're like a YouTuber, like I would say you should get vidIQ. I would say it just really helps.
Right, y'all heard it here. I've never heard of it. This is my first time hearing vidIQ, so I'm like, okay, I'm taking notes. vidIQ, and it's like a extension or browser extension
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
a YouTube extension. It also is there's also a TikTok extension to see like engagement and whatnot. But most of the
Ooh,
time it's useful for YouTube to like give good titles, good generalizations. It also tells you how to boost your video. Like I didn't know this, but if you like pin your comment, if you pin a comment, if you heart a comment, reply to a recent comment, and like do a lot of things in the like of course comment sections are really like ways to boost your video. But
mhm.
if you like pin a comment, that also can boost you in the algorithm. If you reply to comments recently, that can also boost you in the algorithm. If you heart comments, that can boost you in the algorithm. Like there are many things I didn't know could boost you, and it was through vidIQ.
Okay, y'all getting this knowledge firsthand. Write that down. Write that down. Like,
Write that down. Write that down.
come on, y'all better write it down. I'm gonna ask for notes after because I'm hosting this. I'm hosting a sleepover, so y'all gotta like write it down for me after because this is. I did not know that. I like definitely believe in YouTube. I'm very much the big people. One of the big people was like, yeah, put that shit out there on YouTube. Like, go, go, go. Offline content's important. But the fact that, vidIQ can teach people how to upload and make the most and find what their weak spots is very helpful. Because I think when people ask for streaming advice, they're like, well, what advice can I get? Most people are like, Be yourself.
Oh, yep.
I'm like, fuck, I don't know what else to do other than be myself. Fuck that. Like, what numbers, like, what's the data looking like, Pooks? Like, tell me the numbers. And vidIQ is definitely, like, helpful. Like, I'm going to start hearting comments, yes. I don't reply to my comments at all because I'm just kind of like, oh my God, I'm not on YouTube like that. But I'm going to start scanning
Yeah.
through, liking.
I would reply, reply to your comments. Replying to comments also helps. It also, I don't know if YouTube has this, but I know vidIQ, before you get like a YouTube audience, vidIQ will like give you, well, you'd have to get like a special subscription, but
Mm.
like sometimes you can learn like what are the best times. I would just recommend to anyone, whether it's vidIQ, just look up YouTube tutorials on how to upload content. Just look up YouTube tutorials, because you probably don't know as much as you know. Like I didn't know a lot of things. There's a reason that I kind of failed as a content creator before I started my new channel, because I didn't have like all the research that I feel like other people had. I just looked at other, like I look at Stream Sheam to like see how to improve my streams. Now a lot of people love tuning into my streams because they're like super content filled and chaotic.
Mhm.
I looked at vidIQ. I looked at other channels, tutorial channels, to see what were the best times to upload on YouTube. You have to come in prepared. Yeah, I think Nick's lovely Nia in the chat says like a lot of people go into VTubing blind. Like, and other big VTubers have talked about it. Like Mary Yume, like she's a very big VTuber on YouTube. I think
Mm.
she has like 80K subscribers. In terms of like, she mostly does video content. She even said like she first went into VTubing without a plan, without a concept. She just loved the concept, and she was like, I just want to make a VTuber model. So she made a V-Roy one very quickly. But I would say you have to be planned and you have to be prepped and ready when you make content, which is a little bit now like wishful thinking, because we're here, like we're here right now
You're
with
right.
like we've already gotten past the starting phase.
Way into it deep. Like this is why these conversations are important, because like I said, a lot of people don't tell the tips and like the analytics, because I'm like, I need data. Like I feel like that's the most
Yeah.
like you can do as much as you want and like create as much as you want and all that, but I think the data is there for a reason. And yes, okay, out of your experience, like what do you think is the, because I feel like, to me, I feel like success is like where opportunity meets preparation and then equals success. Like that is the formula. Like you have to be ready for it, so when it happens you have like something to show. Like you shouldn't wait and then start working. So how much of this, what is the luck to content creation ratio do you think it is to like be successful? Like give me a nice, a grounded number.
Let me think. Okay. If you come into content creation prepared, what you want to do, what the content passion is, and you know how to tap into it, 50-50.
Ooh.
If you don't have it planned, it is like 95-5. It is. I will say this straight up. When I first went into content creation, I didn't know. And there's a reason I like rebranded and stuff. Like I just was like, I wasn't doing things right. I wasn't doing things right. I could barely get above a like maybe like a 6-8 viewer stream, bro. And I was like posting stuff on TikTok too. Like I was like, oh, I'm posting stuff on the content. So I was like, okay, let me refresh myself and let me think of what else I can do as a content creator. And then I realized I loved editing. I loved editing. I loved making people laugh through my editing. I
Mhm.
decided I loved commentary. I was previously a Smash Bros commentator. I used to commentate like big regionals, and I've gotten a chance to like go across the states and across the regions to do you know what VG Bootcamp is? VG Bootcamp is like the Smash Bros stream. I've been on that. So being
Mm.
able to like do that, I know how to talk. And
Mhm.
now I like commentary. I like making people laugh. I like talking. Are there many commentary VTubers out there?
Not like
Not
this.
really.
Not how you do it.
And with the most well-known out there, funny enough, is not really liked by the community. So, like, well, we're not gonna name drop enough people, but I will say this, like, there are a lot of people out there that want to be able to find that niche. I think if you can combine your skills in a way that, like, um, factor it in, and then you're able to go in prepared, I think then you can sort of find what to talk about. Also, oh yeah, one last tip.
Mhm.
I would heavily recommend when you first start out, talk about other creators because the
Mm.
algorithm wants to see those big creators. So, like, it's like I remember a lot of people. I remember seeing this TikTok. He was like, "You want to make your TikTok blow up? Make a video on Logan Paul. Like, maybe not exactly Logan Paul, but you might want to make a TikTok around this creator or what this creator does. Talk about other creators. Yeah, like you want to talk about things that aren't just you, because people aren't looking for you. Unfortunately, that's the harsh truth. People want to see, and that's when I started talking about VTubers. I first started as a news shorts channel, and then I was like, no, I like adding comedy to it, so it's no longer news. And now I
Mm.
like adding opinion, so it's no longer just a regular channel. Now I'm doing commentary. That I guess that would make sense.
That's an interesting thing talking about other stream. I mean, obviously you're not seeing it from this perspective, but I know a lot of that's another conversation that people have in this community a lot, like clout chasing, dick riding, blah blah blah. Like, do you
It's
not feel like that is
fair.
like a chance to be seen from that angle doing it like that?
Oh yeah, Kenji talked about it actually. It's like the hard thing is like you want to network, especially in VTubing, because VTubing is a very community thing. Networking is super big in this industry. But like the hard thing is you gotta dick ride in a
Oh.
way, but like you don't do it in a way that looks fake. You do it in a way that looks like you. Like for example, like Kenji's my favorite VTuber, but like if Kenji showed up in my stream, I'm not like, holy fuck, holy shit, Kenji. Like, no, I'm not like that. I'm like, yo, Kenji, how you doing? But like, you want to like, and even like that, like I know some people they like reply to like other Twitter, they reply to other tweets. I they reply to other people's tweets that like they see. So then other people see those replies and say, "Hey, I see this person a lot of times. Hey, I fuck with them. I'll maybe follow their channel."
Hmm.
Like you can sort of dick ride without looking like a cocksucker, if that makes sense. Like
How can one
like
sort
they're
of dick ride which without sucking on the coke? Like, I mean, it's really hard because I feel like especially if people are sensitive to that. Like, I don't know. People have pride. People are shy. My biggest blocker is my pride, which is why I'm just like, you come over to my room and then we'll see how it goes. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's tough. I mean, you gotta, I guess it's part of the game though. I mean, there's some people who do blow up without writing and sucking, but it's
Mhm.
very rare,
I
maybe.
mean, yeah, I guess in my case, I didn't really dick ride. I just talked about other creators, and
Right.
then it just sort of happened, I guess. But one creator that I liked ended up like gassing my thing up, and then now we're here, which is like weird to me. Like, like again, I want to also mention this chat. Like, I failed at the networking thing. Like, I am a big asocial person. Like,
Mm.
I have so much struggle in social interactions, and a lot of times, despite somehow speaking super well on the stream, like there's a reason that my face cam does not show me shaking all the damn time because I do have like anxiety issues. But I think what was able to work was I just talked about other creators in a way that also people were able to say, "Hey, I like Toledo here too." Because like, oh yeah, Toledo, he's very funny. He has good editing. Yeah, I'll subscribe to his channel. I want to see what he says next about VTubers. And my channel just became, hey, I'm talking about VTubers here, and then I'm talking about other creators. Like shipping in the VTuber industry. That video blew up because I was talking about Hololive, Niji Sanji, Iron Mouse, and V Sojo. V
Mhm.
Sojo down bad. I was talking about V Sojo and the state of agency VTubers, Black VTubers. I was talking about Black VTubers. And like Black VTubers is an untapped market that some people might want to talk about. And a lot of things. And in my case, pride in the VTuber industry, look at what month it is.
You're on time. Yeah, you are on topic.
like
That was very
I
smart.
just And like if you can time events and uploads around what people are searching, you can find that niche. And I'm not telling everyone to be a commentary YouTuber. Trust me, that lifestyle ain't for everybody.
Mm-mm.
Like, but if you can find that niche and be able to talk about what you need to do, but also bring in other creators, then it can work. Like in Takahata's case, like he brought in big indie VTubers. Like before Haruka got onto V Shoujo, Haruka was a close friend of Takahata's. Um, there are a lot of people who get like bigger collabs through just their other YouTubers and their other content. But yeah, you kind of do have to bring a name to your content. I will admit that. There's a reason that a bunch of other commentary channels out there that aren't mine pretty much over rely on other people's names, which I try not to do. I try to just talk about topics in general. But
Right.
like you'll like see them mention other creators because people are searching for those other creators. They want to know about those other creators. So if you can like sort of mention it in a way that also brings your own flair, then I would say that would be like your best way to grow if you were like wanting to be a commentary person. But I can't give everyone advice on how to do VTubing. VTubing again is not a genre; it's a medium. It's
Mm-hmm.
how you produce content in that weave. So it's hard for me to directly say what you should and shouldn't do in this market. But I would recommend like if you were wanting to do like said commentary, talk about it to creators, but do it in a way that doesn't look like you're just everybody else.
Right. Okay. Yeah, this is a very helpful like insight and perspective. Like you are given. I hope everyone is fucking writing this shit down. This is like a fountain of knowledge that like you're welcome, y'all, for getting me asking these questions so you can get the great answers. Like thank you so much for like
Hmm.
the insight. Like I mean, at least you're keeping track of it because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know, it just happened, but you're like actively
Yeah,
aware of where it happened, when it happened. Like
yeah,
I'm very, very astute about it.
yeah. I'm very much a analytics person,
Hmm.
and there's a reason I'm in college right now for business analytics, and it's mostly because algorithms. You have to sort of study algorithms to make it in this industry. You have to understand how stuff works. And like if you can understand, like someone in the chat mentioned it, no one's searching for XX Andy 69. I'm not saying that full name, but like you could say not many people are searching for that. So you have to try and find things that people are searching for. And it's hard to find that. Like I will say it's hard to find that niche, and some people do it by networking. And I think that's why people network, and in this cake they dick ride because other people are searching for those VTubers too. Other people from those audience will see, hey, I see this person associated with this person. I also like the audience here too. I'm gonna chill, and that was how I guess apparently that was how I grew a lot of audience from Kenji's side. A lot of people liked the audience that I had, which was just pure chaos.
Hmm.
So I would say you have to sort of find that balance, and you have to find what the analytics are saying. It's like you have to worry about the numbers, but you don't hyper focus to where it like messes up your mental. But you
Right.
should, if you want to make it in social media, you sort of
Consider
gotta look at them
them.
numbers.
Yeah, consider the
Yeah,
numbers, but
consider
don't
that's
focus
the
on
word,
them.
Melty. That's the word. There's the word.
Yeah, they can consider the numbers, but don't hyper focus on them, which I think is very sound advice. Like, how do you think your relationship with your community has grown over time? Because I know you're like, it's it's been like a
Mm.
lot of growth, and especially I know people always talk about the transfer of like YouTube to Twitch or Twitch to YouTube, like, and who comes over. Like, do you see a lot of people like from YouTube following you over and checking you out on Twitch, or is it kind of like they're separate
Ooh, I think
communities?
the sole reason why I've started to grow a lot on Twitch is purely through YouTube. Of course, that's why I want to get to producing my Twitch content on YouTube. But a lot of people have always said, "Hey, I've checked you out from your video, whether it's on Black VTubers, male VTubers, shipping the VTubers, Pride in the VTubers." It was like, "Oh, your streams also are super fun. I'm gonna drop a follow here too." So I would say that was how I started to grow my that was how I started to grow for me. I know, I do wanna mention what Milady, said in the chat. Twitter also is really good for growth. I know a lot of VTubers grew like purely through Twitter, and
Mm-hmm.
they like really took off. Like Megalodon, Megalodon recently debuted, and I think she already
Yes.
has an average view count of like 450. Like she is on her shit, and like she's really doing it well. And I know a lot of people. It's hard to find a lot of YouTubers and VTubers due to this market being oversaturated, which is why when I sort of got that one growth, that one push, I was like, "There's more. I got more to do." And that was when I started working on like other videos. I didn't like stop afterwards. Like I did a video on VSojo. I did a video on Henya. Even though like I didn't have a video plan, the Henya video was like so rushed. But like apparently that video did all right for when it like uploaded. And
Mm-hmm.
then I did a video on male VTubers, shipping into VTubers, pride for VTubers. And then I have 3 separate videos planned on VTubers who blew up on the internet through different ways. Like I just sort of I think it was just that was more the spark than it was like the accomplishment, if that makes sense, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
Like I would say the Black VTuber video was more so the spark for me, less so than it was like, oh, I made it, I made it. Like I would not say like even right now, I don't feel like I made it as a creator.
Oh no,
Like
you're
I
at the
still feel like
beginning
I
for
have
sure.
yeah, like I feel like I've just hit that market and I feel like I have like a lot more to do. I have a lot more content I want to produce. But in that process, it's trying to find what you can do. I would say that.
Yeah, you're in a really sweet spot where it's like, you're getting feedback. People are telling you, okay, this is what we like, keep doing this shit. And you're like, all right, I like
Yeah.
doing this stuff. So I know a lot of people are just kind of like uploading and like waiting for feedback and not really getting it. And then they have to keep trying to figure it out. I think that's a position that a lot of people kind of find themselves in. They just, positive or negative, a lot of people just don't hear feedback in general because I feel like we have a bit of engagement fatigue. Like we like to consume the content, but engaging with it is pretty difficult because everyone's pushing something out every day. So I guess you also have to have that content that is engaging and brings people in.
Mm-hmm. And you want to like have content that like people respond to. And that's also the
Hmm.
thing. Because like, yeah, you could have people watch your thing, but what pushes you in the algorithm primarily is engagement. You want people to engage in your content.
Right, exactly. Okay, very good insight and tips. I've had you like shelling out like free like a webinar for like a good 2 hours. Like I'm like picking your brain. I
Like,
was like, I gotta figure it out.
yo, if someone invited me to like a content, what is it? It's like a content seminar. Yo, you got this shit for free. Congratulations. You got this
Congratulations,
for free.
guys. You got it here for free on Melty's Room. They're very, very good. Like, you need to be, like, you have a lot to say. You should guest. I hope to see you guesting at, like, a con, like, off Kai or some shit next year where it's like,
Oh, that would be maybe if I can keep it up. Maybe if I can keep it up for next year. Dude, I don't even know what I do for that. Cause would I like go in person? Cause I'm not like super like it's like I remember you mentioned it in the stream, but like you're not like super like you like kind of have to pretend to give a shit
mm-hmm,
about like what you look like. In my case, it's just I just really don't care to bring my face into my content. But if someone knows my face, I'm not like super against it, if that makes sense.
right.
So if I were to like go to a con, I don't know if I would go as just like as my VTuber or if I would just go as my person, if that makes sense.
They put you on, like, an
And like
iPad.
Milady and chat, you don't even have to go in
Right.
person to like yeah,
I don't know. I'd like to
you can
see
do
it.
it
You got a
virtually.
lot to
That might
say. I'd like to see it.
I think that's just why I being a commentary person. And then keep in mind, chat, like my commentary is all scripted. This is mostly me having to come up with this on the fly. So even with this, I'm having to like think and then say, which is why you see me rambling so much. Like I'm sorry, like I have to. This is why I script everything.
Mm-hmm.
But with if I were to like go to a virtual con, it would probably be like a talk show, maybe a convention. People ask me questions. I don't think I would just want to do like a hey, hi. I don't know if I would just do that.
No meet and
I know
greet.
some people could do it well. Wait,
No.
actually, when you were at MomoCon, did you get to meet IMS and Centraria?
I took a picture with the Zentria cardboard cutout, so that's pretty much the same thing.
It's close enough. It's in
Yeah,
spirit. It's in spirit.
exactly. Yeah. But no, I didn't get to
If
meet
I
them. I
was
had no
there,
idea they were there.
yeah, I saw it. It was like I knew 3 creators that I knew were going. Yeah, it was Iron Mouse, it was Zentreya. I think there were like 4 other Holostar VTubers that were invited.
Yeah, like
And
Shinri
then
and stuff. Yeah.
there was, of course, Veritas Joe wasn't directly invited, but like he said he was going and he always announced it on his YouTube videos. So
Mhm.
I was like, oh, okay. I'm already gonna go there. I thought I was gonna already go there for the Smash Bros tournament and for the Anime Con. I'll meet these people here. Um, Funny how plans can change.
Yeah. I
But I
mean,
will be trying to go. I will be trying to go to one of those cons next year. Hopefully, it is MomoCon, but I do want to try and attend one of those.
yes, if you do, let me know. We can meet up and hang out. That would be cool.
Yes,
Yeah, take a picture or something. That'll be fun. So, I
I'd be
mean,
down for it, dog. I'd be
I'm
down.
down. Let's think about it. I mean, I've had you for 2 hours, and that's really my limit before I have to like hit curfew. So I want you to leave. You've given us such good advice for like the past like 2 hours. You've been very conversational, and I've really enjoyed this time of getting to know you as a content creator and really seeing your passion and how you respect your craft. So, do you have any wrap it up advice for just like your line that would be like, if you got anything from watching my Melty'sRoom episode, this is what I want you to take from it.
Recognize that there's always, if you feel like you're alone in whatever you believe or whatever opinion you have, trust me, the thing is most people just don't got that platform. If you can recognize that and find that you can be your true self through that's, you can be a VTuber and you can gain through these like perspective. If my video is able to show it to you, my videos are shown that someone sees you. Someone sees the shit you're going through. Whether they relate or not, they see you and you can keep on pushing through that shit. Like whether it's you're a black VTuber, queer creator, or you're a part, like you maybe have a personal thing you go through in your life. The fact that you is still here, whether you're here as just a viewer or in some of my content creator inspirations in the chat, the fact that you're here is insane to me. So use this as, use the advice, research, game plan, study, but continue doing you. And don't try to be something you're not. I'm
Exactly.
unapologetically a local fallen angel. And I'm unapologetically about my takes. That's me. I am unapologetically me. And God, I hate saying that. 'Cause, like, it feels like I'm sucking
No,
my
you
own
can do
cock,
it. You
but
can do
like,
it. Suck it. Suck it. Suck it.
oh,
You're
but
doing
like
good.
I'm suck it, but like, oh gosh, that sounds so
Sorry.
bad. But like in this case, I am unapologetically me. If you can see other creators out there being unapologetically themselves, you can be unapologetically yourself too. Whatever identity, whatever experience, whatever background you are, do your dang thing.
Exactly. At the end of the day, do your dang thing. That's what we can take from it. Thank you so much for being on Melty's Room. We're clapping for you right now.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Applause.
having me. And all of y'all in the chat who haven't followed Melty, please give him a follow. Absolutely amazing.
Thank you. And everyone from my end,
Goodness.
please give him a follow, give Talia a follow. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you for making the time. Rest well. Like, I appreciate it so much. You'll get your Polaroid. I'm very excited to give that to you. It's gonna be very fun. So thank you. I
Yeah,
really
and
appreciate it.
thank you so much for having me on Melty, dropping that DM. This is my first time having a PNG tuber on someone else's stream, so it means the world that someone invited me. So thank you so much.
Of course, we love all tours, PNG especially. So thank you. Thank you.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, guys. Did we not devour? Goodbye. Yay! Oh my God. Also, thank you for the raid. We got a raid. So thank you for that, guys. Wow. Was that not Ayo Toledo? Thank you so much for being on Melty's room. I'm so shocked. It was my first episode after a month of like not doing it, and I really appreciate the thank you for being on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you guys came from Toledo's community, thank you for giving me a chance and sitting down with my content. If you came from the raid, thank you so much for sticking around. If you did, I appreciate it. It's been a while, but I'm happy to be back. I also PNG. Thank you so much. I thank you for the gift subs and thank you for just hanging out for a good 2 hours. I hope you guys had a wonderful Sunday. The VOD will be up tomorrow, and I'm really gonna, I don't know about y'all, but I'm definitely gonna sit down and like rethink my content and like we'll just tweak it because there's always more to do. I feel the same way, and like he's right. The thoughts that I've had in my brain, him saying it out loud is like, yeah, that's how I feel. Like, you know, keep doing it, guys. Your perspective is important, and I hope that's what this episode gives you, especially during Pride Month. Your voice and your perspective is very important. So please don't stifle that because you feel like you're not being received. Just keep going. I know it sounds empty when people say that, but if you really feel like you have something worthwhile to display, then believe in that shit and keep going. Thank you. Remember to follow my Twitter, and I also upload on YouTube. I will be pushing out more clip compilations and stuff as well myself, and seeing how I can do things a little different. So I hope this inspired you. I've been waiting for Melty to stream. Yeah, I haven't been streaming much. I'll be streaming more. I have to be honest, like I said, guys, I just moved. I'm still streaming on the floor. I don't have a desk yet, and I don't plan on getting one. I don't even have a mattress. That's just coming in the mail tomorrow. So I'm still very much like in the stages, but I believe in my shit so much. I'll stream on the floor. It doesn't matter as long as I'm talking and getting my shit out there. That's my grind set. My back hurts, so that's why I'm like, okay, 2 hours. Let's wrap it up. My poor back, hurting very much so. But it's a full moon, and I was feeling fun. I'm gonna go and thank you so much for stopping by and being a part of the conversation. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for giving me a bit of your time, giving us some of your time. Oh,
Oh damn, this just came through.
why'd she say it like that? Mira, thank you so much for 35 months at tier 1. I really appreciate it. We're pretty much at 3 years. It's been about 3 years, so think about that, you know? Never too long. I'm really motivated. I needed that. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. And thank you for resubscribing because every subscription gets us closer to a desk, so I'm not streaming on the floor. I think that's what we'll do at least, yeah. So thank you so much, guys. Again, we have a toddler. Yes, a toddler, 36-month-old kid, 36-month-old big kid. I'll be back to streaming tomorrow, most likely, even if my Bakasi hurts. It's fine. We're gonna stream tomorrow, probably play some Persona 4. So we're gonna do a raid right now. I'm gonna just kind of find someone to raid at random. I just saw a channel that I want to raid. They're doing art. Okay, we're gonna raid this artist. This artiste.
DEDK funds, and also congrats on the move and welcome back.
Deck funds. Thank you, Hex. Thank you for 10 months. I appreciate it. Please get him a desk. Y'all, I'm scared of paying taxes. So, like I said, that's why I don't be doing any donathons or subathons because I'm scared of paying taxes. So, you know, if everyone just puts $5, then maybe I won't have to answer to the government. Like, I really meant that shit when I said I'd be deleting my PayPal account. I'm about to delete this one, honestly. I don't even know if the... Maybe Throne is better, yeah, so I don't have to hide from the government. I need to find a desk. I don't really have anything on there right now, but Stat has been helping me a lot with my move, and everyone else has as well. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Like, I'm happy. I'm really happy. I am gonna keep making sure because I'm the content, so I'm gonna keep making sure I'm happy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'll add more stuff to the throne, but I really do appreciate you guys just kind of like sticking with me through the uncertainty. Thank you for another successful Melty'sRoom. Only good episodes here. I feel like I feel like I get better every interview, especially when I like interview people I'm not familiar with. Like I think I'm improving, guys. I don't know. Not to suck my own dick, but you know, like okay. So we're gonna raid this artist that I found. Okay, sorry. You didn't like that? Or did you just not like me? Whatever. Wrap it up? Okay, whatever. You know, I'm trying to practice. I'm trying. You know, it's summer. It's summer. It's summer. City boys. City boys. I was trying to practice. You know, I got big gigs coming up. Big boys coming with the big trucks. Okay, we're gonna read this artist. Please don't overwhelm them. Use the raid message once. I've never been there before. So, but they're drawing and the art looks really cute and they just popped up and they're black. Rap practicing for me. You know, after all them throwing gifts, you're so right, hubby. Wah, wah, wah. Like, ow, 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 ow. Yep. Hung, hum. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I really, really appreciate it once more. You guys can see the ending screen. Leave something on the screen. Bye. Be normal. Be nice. Yowie! We have forgotten. You said it first. Now I forget shame all of a sudden. You know what? Get the hell out of my chat. See y'all tomorrow. Thank you again, Toledo. Thank you, Toledo. Thank you, chat. Thank you, everyone. Be nice. Bye-bye.